about this whirligig. One of the biggest maintenance things I gotta do is keep tightening these propellers. You can see it's not doing anything. This hub is probably 9 years old, and you can see how deformed it is in the center there. That's why you should be using the resin-cast hubs. That's what I'm using now, because that resin is more stable. It's not going to deform in the middle, and you won't have to keep tightening up your propellers all the time. That's one reason why you should use resin-cast hubs on your whirligig propellers. Another reason that you should use resin-cast hubs for your whirligig propellers is because cutting this hub is the hardest part of making a whirligig propeller. And what's really hard is to get a nice tight fit for whatever wood you're using. I got 1/8 inch marine grade plywood here, and they fit nice and snug. If you make your propeller hub out of wood, the wood's going to shrink, and this isn't going to fit tight anymore. So you might get it tight at first, but over time it's going to loosen up. And believe me, I've had a lot of problems with blades coming loose over time. So that's not going to happen with the resin-cast hub. Since it's the hardest part of making a whirligig propeller, you want to make it a little bit easier if you can. And so what you can do is you can either cut a hub that has really nice, where the wood fits nice and tight in there. I'll tell you what, this one took me about 3 or 4 tries to get a nice pattern that had every slot fit real nice and tight. I guess you could get good at cutting the slots nice and tight, but it's a skill and it takes a while to learn it. So it would be better if you just made a mold of your hub. Once you got a nice pattern and everything looks good, you make it out of wood, of course. And once you have a nice pattern, you can make a silicone mold out of it. I usually just use a cup like this and just cut the bottom off, and I glue it to the bottom of the cup and fill it up with silicone, you know, so far, so it covers the thing. Well, here's a mold I made. Okay, this is like a 32-ounce cup, and I just glued this in the bottom. I cut the cup short, but I just glued this in the bottom with hot glue, fill it up with silicone, and then you get this nice mold. And the great thing about casting, I don't care if it's metal or resin, it's exciting and it's fun too. It's kind of like magic in a way. And you can get all the stuff on Amazon, the resin, the silicone, and you don't need that much. And then you have a nice mold, and you don't have to do the hard part over and over and over again. The hard part's easy, and it's always going to be good. You could even save more time. You could go to Stud Walker Whirligigs at Etsy.com and just buy a hub from me. They're $7, and this is a really nice hub. I use this in all of the whirligigs I build. I really love these resin-cast hubs. I never thought I would get so excited about something like that, but it's a game changer from the wooden hubs. The wooden hubs, they might fit nice at the beginning and everything's good, but 9 years down the road, it's not gonna be the same as this thing, because the resin is a lot more stable than wood. Wood is not stable. It's moving, it's expanding and contracting all the time, and moisture gets in there, and you know, it's just not a stable thing to be making a hub out of. If you're serious about making whirligig propellers, I would get set up making my own mold and casting my own hubs. Whether you get them from me or not, you know, that's the way to go. You save yourself a lot of time and effort And once you get a good pattern, you're golden. All your hubs are going to be nice. There's no guesswork and no having to shim them. I've had to shim some of them. Sometimes I cut the slots too wide and I'll have to shim it. These things are nice. All right. Thanks for stopping by. I sure appreciate it. Take care. I'll see you down the trail. Bye now.